Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us. It's a lovely day to talk sports. Welcome to the midweek edition of the show. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Well, there's a lot to talk about today. Biggest piece of news coming out of the world of sports. Russia has been readmitted into the Olympic family. We'll talk about that today on the show. Russia also will be hosting the 2018 World Cup already a day. We'll be talking about that as well on the show. The Nigeria Professional Football League rescheduled matches played today. Plateau United are back on top. We'll also talk about the results from that one as well. We spent thought for tennis. Talk about Rafael Nadal on the show tonight. Another injury for the Spaniard. So that's the outlook of the show today. So we want you to be a part of everything that we're doing. But let's not forget, the rebranding of Bendel Insurance will also get us talking tonight. A lot to talk about Bendel Insurance, the moves to ensure that the club returns to where a lot of fans feel that it should be in Nigerian football. That's what we'll be talking about on the show today. Hopefully, we will be joined by. I want to keep it a secret for now, but just stay tuned and watch. We'll be joined by someone who played a key role in the rebranding of Bendel Insurance, someone who has never hidden his passion and commitment to the club. But I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag just yet. So you have to stick with us and stay with us so you know who I'm referring to. Let's bring you to all that we're doing on the show tonight. This is how you can be a part of the show. Right there, get across to us on Facebook, Channels Sports. You can also hit us on Twitter. That's the official handle right there on your screen at Channels_Sports, and the other handles that you have right there on your screen. So let's talk tonight. There's a lot to talk about on the show. Some rescheduled FA Cup games also currently going on. There's also the big one tomorrow, talking about Manchester City and Arsenal. You could also talk about that as well. Arsenal Wenger getting angry today at a press conference when he was asked about his job, talking about whether or not he feels that his job is under any threat. So we're talking about all of that for you on the show. Okay, you can read up on all our top stories. You have them on www.channelstv.com. You can view those top stories on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can take it a step further, go to channelstv.com. When you do that, if you have your iPad, your iPhone, and a BlackBerry, when you do that, you'll be able to view us live. Also, it becomes easier when you download the app, the Channels TV app for your Android, your iOS, and Windows from their respective stores. And when you do that, you will be able to carry your award-winning Channels television with you anywhere in the world. We're global, we're international, need I say more. And sure, you're not missing out on anything that we have to offer here on Channels television. Let me quickly introduce my partner. He starts off the show with me. Is going to be with me from start to finish. Joseph Mukuzi. It's good to have you join me on a day like this where there's a lot to talk about.
Absolutely, and always a pleasure, Yemi. And I'm quite excited about what we have to discuss. And I read earlier today that the reception plan for the Chan Eagles have been postponed indefinitely. It was only supposed to be on the 14th and then 27th. I do believe it provides an opportunity for the authorities to do the needful thing. They need to co-opt, the wrestlers into it. It's not just enough to look at the Chan Eagles, also the bobsled team as well. Let it be
everyone that has done well.
Exactly. Not just leave it at the Chan Eagles alone. I do believe others have done very well, especially the wrestlers. Okay. We really have to give them credit for what they've done, what they've been able to pull off, in the circumstance. And they also look at the possibility of paying them the allowances. I understand some of the allowances, the ministry is still trying to sort it out, pay them the allowances, and then put it together, let it be a total package, and let these people be appreciated.
Okay.
And we'll discuss more of that.
All right, so appreciation, keyword tonight. Everybody that has done well in the year. Last year, early this year, show some love and appreciation. That's what Joseph Mukuzi is saying tonight. All right, let's talk about the rebranding of Bendel Insurance. A lot of us grew up knowing that name is synonymous to Nigerian football. A lot has been achieved. A lot was achieved by that club. But if you are of this generation, when you hear that name, you're like, What are you talking about? Okay, so rebranding process currently are going on, and a report has been put together about the plans to put the club back to where it should be. So let's sit down, relax, look at that report, and when we return, we will also still be talking about Bendel Insurance.